Yet again, I devote this battle to my sibling Daryl Brown music. I'm the most fierce and horrendous, and most savage top dog. There's at any point been sell for a legendary plunge into the murkiest profundities of embarrassment and interest, as we disentangle the obscure adventure encompassing 50-penny Mike Tyson, and the puzzling shooting episode that shook the universe of hip bounce. It was the year 2000, when Curtis James Jackson, the eminent rapper and lyricist we as a whole know is 50-penny wound up, deliberately targeted of a life-changing occurrence. The course roads of Sovereign's New York turned into the setting for a chilling occasion that would perpetually redirect hip jump history before his grandma's home 50-penny was cruelly focused on. And shot on numerous occasions, the injuries caused upon him were completely terrible, with slugs tearing through his hands, hips, legs, arms, chest, and in any event, brushing his left cheek, it was a supernatural spot of destiny that he endure the assault, yet the scars, both physical and close to home, would stay scratched in his memory everlastingly. 13 days in basic consideration, and 5 months of extreme recuperation were the precarious cost he paid to recover his life. Yet 50-penny, always lost to avoid debate, transformed his frightening experience into fuel for his creative articulation in his noteworthy collection, Get Rich or Bite the Dust Trine. He courageously uncovered his inner self and let the cat out of the bag about the personality of his supposed aggressor in a track that would send shockwaves through the business, named numerous men the tune pointed a finger straightforwardly at. In all honesty, Daryl Balmo shot me 3 weeks after the fact he had chanced down. And here's where the situation starts to get interesting. Baum had a nearby and unforeseen relationship with. In all honesty, the unbelievable fighter Mike Tyson himself. Baum wasn't simply a guardian in Tyson's company. He was a sibling-like figure, a compatriot. Might you at any point comprehend the daringness of the circumstance? The one who evidently expected to quietness 50-penny had a profound security with a baffling Iron Mick. It's an association covered in shadows, one that causes a commotion and ignites wild hypothesis about ulterior thought processes and secret plans, as 50-penny bravely pointed fingers at Baum. During different meetings, the Gossip Factory produced new stories of section and risk, yet only a month after the critical shooting occurrence misfortune struck, projecting a significantly hazier cover over the conundrum encompassing Baum in a chilling development. Baum himself met a grisly destiny. A deadly discharge twisted to the rear of his head smothered his life in a moment. With steadfast assurance, specialists quickly looked for equity charging Damian Whirl, solid Dwayne Myers, and Edward Taz Cook, scandalous individuals from the dreaded Greenback siblings group. With Baum's homicide, the court turned into a cauldron of wheezes and mumbles as Dwayne Myers dropped a stunner disclosure during the preliminary. He affirmed that the distinguished Mike Tyson himself had purportedly put a hit on Strong and Cook, offering an amazing prize of $50,000 to vindicate the passing of his cherished companion, Daryl Baum. The confining scene stood mistrust wrestling with the disclosure that Tyson, known for his fierceness inside the ring, had apparently assumed control over issues. It created the impression that Baum's unfavorable end had lighted a surreptitious fight in the background with Tyson, calling the shots of retaliation. With a persistent assurance, a show of dominance of such size left everybody in the business scrutinizing their collusions and dreading the span of Tyson's impact. Yet the association among Tyson and Baum went past the domain of furtive retaliation. There was a close-to-home security that integrated them, a security that would stun the world. Tyson, in a demonstration of sheer commitment and significant opinion, committed his lightning-quick 38-second knockout triumph over Leo Severis in June 2002. In all honesty, Daryl bound I commit this battle to my sibling Darabam. It was a striking assertion, an obvious statement, that Tyson had held onto a profound association with Baum, one that energized his hunger for revenge Yet as murmurs of duplicity and scheme consumed the space, 50 himself started to scrutinize the story. How could Tyson commit a success to a pointed man? To vent his profession, was there more going on than meets the eye, some thought, for even a moment to conjecture that Tyson might have subtly sent bomb, determined to quiet 50. Unequivocally, the shadows of uncertainty developed longer, projecting an eerie shroud over reality. In the years that followed the episode, 50 transparently examined the effect of the shooting on his life. During interviews in a 2014 discussion on 97 Seconds, he truly uncovered that the fallout of being shot prompted his excusal from Columbia Records anyway. He found reclamation and a way to resurgence when he marked another arrangement with a considerable team of Eminem and Dr. in 2002. Notwithstanding dread and distress, 50 looked for comfort in effectively seeking after equity for those engaged with his close lethal experience. And wouldn't you accept it, a stunning turn rose up out of the profundities of this dull story, regardless of their turbulent history. The strain among Tyson and 50 supposedly faded. After some time in a shocking development, 50 moved forward to save Tyson from the grip of monetary ruin by going a little overboard and eye-watering $4.3 million to buy his notorious manor in 2007. In 2003, the once undefeated heavyweight champion Mike Tyson wound up trapped in a snare of monetary troubles. His domain disintegrated, uncovering stunning obligations adding up to an amazing $23 million. Compelled to exchange his valued belongings, Tyson hesitantly set up his lavish Connecticut manor. Available to be purchased, this excessive residence flaunted a surprising 21 rooms, 25 restrooms, and a variety of rich conveniences. 50 dipped in and procured the chateau from Tyson for a stunning amount of $4.5 million, successfully saving the fallen boxing legend from Armada liquidation. The deal set a standard for the most expensive home at any point sold in the space of Farmington, a demonstration of the showiness of both Tyson and 50. The rambling bequests prohibited a great 50 square feet, offering a brief look into the extreme ways of life drove by these awesome characters. Inside its walls, an indoor pool and hot tub enticed welcoming snapshots of unwinding and guilty pleasure. A green screen room stood prepared for inventive undertakings, while an indoor court anticipated competitors trying to channel their cutthroat spirits. And as one would anticipate from the home of two awesome figures, a recording studio reverberated with the hints of creative articulation. Tyson's energy for betting found its home in the house's devoted poker and roulette room, while another chamber housed different indoor games, including pool tables outside and indoor b-ball courts, remained as demonstrations of Tyson's athletic ability, filling in as jungle gyms for himself, as well as his internal circle. Contiguous the open-air court, a peaceful lake with flowing water feed years, added to the property's charm, giving a cut of quietness in the midst of the magnificence. Anyway, the weight of keeping up with such a sweeping property weighed vigorously on 50 shoulders, with month-to-month support costs surpassing a stunning $65,000. He ended up wrestling with the monetary strain at last. He pursued the hard decision to head out in different directions from the house, at first posting the property for an aggressive $19.4 million 50 adventure into land transformed into a very long-term odyssey. As the house stayed unsold, realtor Jonathan Mill, operator, shed light on the difficulties, crediting the trouble in offering the property to